I went 12 weeks without watching porn, and what happened next will shock you. Now, seriously, I got laid, gained confidence, and my brain literally revived itself. So, if you watch porn daily, this video isn't just for you, it's about you. Stick around because I'm about to tell you some uncomfortable truths that nobody else will. Hi, my name is Tyler, and I'm someone who's completely stopped watching porn. And before you click away thinking this is some pitchy BS, it's not. This is my raw, honest journey of how porn absolutely wrecked my life and what happened when I finally quit. Look, most of us discovered porn during poverty, right? One day we are watching Goku powering up to Super Saiyan, and the next day we are watching Mia Khalifa powering up in a very different way. A friend introduced me to this world. At first, I thought it was totally normal, just harmless fun. But then I stumbled across this video on YouTube that basically said, bro, porn is destroying your brain, your body, your social life, your motivation, your grades, your testosterone, your ability to get a girlfriend. And wait for it, your penis size. Yeah, that last one got my attention real quick. So I decided to run an experiment. Quit porn for 12 weeks and see if this video was legit or just clickbait. But before I tell you what happened, smash that like button. Share this with someone who needs to hear it and subscribe because what I'm about to share could literally change your life. Ready? Let's go. Week 1 hit me like a truck. Gone from watching porn every night before bed to not watching porn at all. It's like telling a caffeine addict they can't have coffee ever again. And here's what nobody tells you. When you quit porn, you suddenly realize you have way too much free time. Like it's embarrassingly too much. I used to spend 30-40 minutes every night finding the right video, if you know what I mean. Yeah. The hardest part, trying to sleep. My brain was actively thinking about porn. It was just like my thoughts were hijacked by a tiny perverted version of myself going, hey, Tyler, remember that one video? And guess what? I came. Day 4, I left. I watched porn just at the starting point. So I started again at day 0, but this time I did something different. I asked myself, what am I going to do with all this free time in which I get these urges to watch porn? So I joined the gym, started learning animations, something I'd always wanted to, but now I had time for. And you know what's crazy? I actually did have the time. I just spent it all elsewhere. This time, armed with new hobbies and a plan, I made it through week 1, barely, but week 2, oh boy, you are not ready for week 2. Week 2 was completely insane. The urges went absolutely nuclear. I'm talking every girl I walked past, my brain would automatically imagine her naked level of insane. Like my brain turned into some kind of X-ray machine, but exclusively for inappropriate thoughts. This is when it hit me. The video was right. Isn't just a habit. This is a full-blown addiction. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Porn destroys your morality. It brings out the animal in you and silences the human. You start seeing people as objects, not as people. And the night falls. Don't even get me started. I was changing my sheets every other night like I was running a laundry shop. Not my proudest moments. But you know what? At least I could finally sleep without needing porn first. Small victories. By week 3, the urges become more violent. Random hard-ons in the middle of the day just for seeing an attractive girl. It was like being 13 again, except way more embarrassing. And then I made a fatal mistake. I was scrolling Instagram, just innocent scrolling, right? Wrong. Because Instagram has these OnlyFans accounts that are basically softcore porn in disguise. One thing led to another, and boom, I was back at day 0. But this time, instead of just giving up, I got smart about it. I started researching like I was writing a PhD thesis on quitting porn. And I found some absolute gold tips that have completely changed the game, which I'll share at the end. So stick around. Armed with these new strategies, week 1, 2, 3, round 2 was easy, laughably easy compared to the first time. Week 4 was a game changer. I went on a hiking trip with friends, and for the first time, I noticed something different. I was actually becoming good at socializing. Conversations felt natural. People were laughing at my jokes. My friends kept saying, Dude, you seem different, like in a good way. My confidence was through the roof. For the first time in years, people were actually noticing me, not just tolerating me. I participated in every single activity. Normally, I'd be the guy sitting on the sidelines making excuses, but not that time. This was generally one of the best trips of my life, and it made me realize this experiment is actually working.
Week 5 is when things got really interesting. Girls started paying attention to me, like actual attention with real interest. At first, I thought I was just imagining it, but then I did some research and found out women are naturally attracted to men with high energy and high testosterone. It's literally embedded in their biology. And let me tell you, the data checked out. Eye contact was lasting longer, conversations were flowing naturally, girls seemed genuinely interested in what I had to say, which, let's be honest, has never happened before. And then I got a girl's number just by being myself, no pickup lines, no games, no begging. I asked her on a date. She said yes. So we went on a couple of dates, and by week 6, I got laid. Now, let me clarify. This experiment was about not watching porn. Sex wasn't off limits, just nude girls on a screen. But here's what blew my mind. This was the easiest I have ever gotten laid. No begging, no self sabotage, no weird manipulation tactics, just being a confident, present version of myself. It felt like the universe rewarding me for putting in the work. And the actual experience of sex with this girl was way better than before. Better stamina, more presence, more connection. She was into it, I was into it. It was actually insane. Wild concept, I know. This is when I realized porn doesn't just affect your brain, it affects everything. Week 7 to 9 were weird. I hit what's called a flat line. The urges were still there, but everything felt kinda average. Like my brain was recalibrating. But here's the good news, the nightfalls completely disappeared. My dopamine receptors were literally resetting. I was making progress in the gym, improving my animation skills, and my real work started making me happy again, not just the thought of porn. By week 9, I had gone so long without porn that I genuinely didn't want to watch it anymore. The thought of going back felt gross, like eating at a restaurant that gave you food poisoning. My brain had finally moved on. After 2 to 3 attempts and 12 weeks of hard work, I completed my experiment successfully, and here are the results. Before, I was struggling with everything due to one aspect of my life, which is porn, but now I wake up thinking about how I can be productive today. I was literally manifesting what I wanted, and I think I never felt this confident and happy before. Here's everything that changed. I have become more disciplined, more motivated, better body, higher testosterone, more confidence, and an actual girlfriend. I went from being the guy who struggled with basic conversations to someone who is genuinely confident. Not because I'm faking it, but because I'm putting in the work. No more cheap dopamine hits, no more brain fog, no more shame spirals, just progress. Okay, now is the part where I give you the tips that I promised that made this whole thing possible. Here they are. The tip number 1 would be eliminate idle time. Don't be home alone with your laptop or phone with nothing to do. That's like being an alcoholic working at a bar. Delete Instagram and TikTok, or at least unfollow every OnlyFans account and thirst trap page. Your future self will definitely thank you. Start a stopwatch on your phone. Every time you get the urge to watch porn, look at that stopwatch. Get that timer to 1440 hours, that is 60 days. Watching that number go up is insanely motivating. Plus, you wouldn't want it to be reset to zero. Tip number 3 would be start a real hobby. Remember all those things you said that you'd do if you had time. You have time now. Learn guitar, start a YouTube channel, learn to code, build something, create something, channel all that sexual energy into something productive. Tip number 4 is non negotiable. Join a gym. The builds your body, your confidence, your discipline, your mental strength. The bonus tips with this is eat healthy food, take cold showers every morning. Tip number 5 is push ups on demand. When you get urges, and you will get urges, drop and do push ups until the urge passes. It's impossible to think about porn when your arms are burning and you're gasping for air. Tip number 6, and the most important one, is become a high value man. Set actual goals for your life. Become so busy building your future that you don't have time for porn. Don't chase cheap dopamine, chase your dreams, chase excellence, chase the person you want to become. Look, I found these tips through trial and error, Reddit threads, and thousands of people just like us who have beaten this addiction. If you are struggling, check out the NoFap subreddit. It's full of people on the same journey, sharing strategies and supporting each other. And if you need advice from me personally, drop a comment below. I'll read every single one and try to help where I can. Because here's the thing, this journey changed my life. And if sharing my story helps even one person break free, it's worth it. So, if this video resonated with you, smash that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Subscribe because creating content like this is my new goal. This is my purpose now, not porn, not cheap dopamine, but helping people become the best version of themselves. Peace out.